What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another stream, another brand new fresh stream. How is everybody doing? Alex, welcome to the stream. XBO Shark, welcome to the stream. Real Henry Blocks, welcome to the stream. Everybody else who is in the stream right now, welcome to the stream. My hair is a mess right now because I just got off the bed and then I just started streaming like 5 minutes ago. So don't judge my hair because I did not make my hair today. So yeah. Anyways, how is everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are doing completely good and completely fine. We are so close to reaching 102,000 subscribers. That will be awesome if you do reach that. So if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Mr. Gay Man. Alright, okay. Sure. Bro, my hair is a big mess, bro. Oh my god, I hate this. I don't know why I started streaming like this. But anyways, we're going to be watching YouTube Shorts. And if I laugh, I end the stream. As you guys know, Mr. Shiny Eye, badass hair. Okay. Alright. But anyways, every like you guys do is equals to a scroll. Alright. So if you guys haven't liked the stream, like it up. Alright. Hold on, wait. Let me just pin this message. Okay, it's already pinned. Wait, is it not pinned? Hold on. Alright, I think it's pinned now. Hopefully. Yeah, it's pinned. But yeah, every like is equals to every a single scroll. Alright, so let's not any further ado, let's start it, alright?
Flintlock is a new...
What would happen if all men suddenly disappeared from the earth? Day one.
I have no idea, but let's see what's going on. It's gonna be a disaster. I can tell. It's gonna be a disaster. That's for sure. The society needs men. I promise you. You're the best. Thank you so much, Ethan.
The streets are quiet. Social media is full of girls celebrating, saying life is finally peaceful. You smile, but you're wrong. Day 3, the sky becomes a nightmare. Around 95% of the world's airline pilots are men. Thousands.
I told you, it's gonna be a disaster. I told you guys, it's gonna be a big disaster. 10 scrolls.
Suddenly, the safest
Oh my god. 10 scrolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
In this world, everyone has a glowing halo. If you lie, the halo turns red. But everyone is born
Okay.
with 3 tokens on their arm. Each one lets you tell a lie without getting caught. Sarah's classmates used theirs to hide bad grades. But Sarah never lied. She told her friend her outfit was ugly. She told a little kid his drawing was terrible. She
Wow.
was being good, but her brutal honesty pushed everyone away. Sarah grew old and lonely, with all 3 tokens left. One day, she saw an old
Sarah is brutal, man.
Laughing friends. His
Lazy, what are you watching? I'm just watching YouTube Shorts, man. And if I laugh, if YouTube Shorts makes me laugh, I'm gonna end the stream. And every single like is equals to a scroll. So if you guys like the stream, I will scroll.
arm had 0 tokens. You wasted them all, Sarah said smugly. You must be a terrible liar. The man smiled. I used my first to tell my dying mother she wasn't a burden. My second to tell my scared friend we would survive. And my third to tell my wife she was beautiful when cancer took her hair. Sarah froze.
Wow, he's such a nice
Honesty can be
person.
Cruelty in disguise. But a kind lie is the greatest act of love.
I'm not gonna lie, being brutal is better, but like, it's not good at the same time. You know what I mean? It's not like, bro reacting to YouTube Shorts. All right, shut up, man. Shut up.
Humiliate me. They both started laughing. Stay down, lil bro. At that moment, I wanted to pull out my gun and shoot him, but I was forced to laugh with them. But I was still not gonna let that.
What a bully, bro.
So the next time he was walking with my crush, I had my friend Tyreek place a banana on the ground, and my friend Tyrone pushed him onto the banana, which made him fall and break.
For what damn reason?
Over the next.
Oh my god, that is brutal.
Constantly argued and always tried to humiliate each other.
That is not good.
For the girl, he threw me in the ocean with sharks. I kicked him off a tall building and broke his
What?
entire body. But one day, things took a drastic turn. We were both shocked when the principal told us that we're expelled. We started arguing, and I nearly pulled the gun out. But that's what.
Bro, yo, this short is cursed. I don't understand anything.
Filming it on his phone, yelled, "Wake up, bro! It's a prank!" Right at that moment, I could have swatted him like a fly, but I just laughed and said nothing. My son smiled and said, "This is just the beginning." The next morning, we were having breakfast like usual, but my son wasn't at the table. I went into his room to check where he was, but I got hit in the face with a bat as soon as I opened the door. My son.
Skip. All right.
Wanna see your 3?
What the hell?
A woman once wanted to test if her husband really loved her or not. She decided to write him a letter saying she was tired of him and didn't want to live with him anymore.
'Kay.
She knew it was childish, but she wanted to know how her husband truly felt. After writing the letter, she put it on the table in the bedroom and then hid herself under the bed. When the husband eventually came back home, he saw the letter on
'Kay.
the table and read it. After a few moments of silence, he picked up a pen and added something to the letter. Then he started to get changed, whistling happy tunes and dancing.
So he's a jolly fella.
Seemed
Okay.
overjoyed. The woman was really shocked. The husband then grabbed his phone and dialed a number. "Hey, babe," said the husband into the phone. "I'm just getting changed now. I'll join you in a bit." As for the other fool, she finally realized I was cheating on her. I didn't even like her at all. I'm glad she left. Now you and I can finally be together. He hung up and walked out of the room.
Yo, what?
After some time, the wife
Bro.
heard the front door close. Her
Poor wife, man.
husband was gone. She came out from under the bed and started crying, thinking about how her husband could do this.
Oh my
to her.
days.
She then decided to at least read.
That is sad.
With teary eyes, she read, "I could see your feet under the bed, you idiot. I'm going out to buy bread." A woman.
Are you kidding me?
How long would you survive on each planet? On
What planet? Oh, Mercury?
the sun
Not even a second.
side is very hot.
Not even a
the
minute.
side is very cold. But if you stayed between those two sides, you could survive for up to about 2 minutes. But on
See, I told you guys.
Venus,
Ha.
the pressure is enormous. The atmosphere is completely toxic. You wouldn't survive even 1 second. On Earth, the only planet where you can breathe without problems. If you're lucky,
Yo, guys, if you guys think about it, we are so blessed. You know how crazy it is? You know how perfect Earth is for humans? Like, it's not even, I'm not even joking, bro.
survive about
If your kid loves
What would happen if your bones were made of these elements? Wood. If your bones were ancient oak, you'd be a biological wonder. Light, flexible, and able to heal your fractures just by standing in the sun and drinking water. But life gets weird. You'd be the only person on Earth terrified of termites eating you from the inside out.
Okay.
Plus, you'd have to stay far away from the kitchen. One
Oh yeah, you can't. If you catch on fire, oh boy, you're burning down
the entire
everything.
skeleton becomes a roaring bonfire.
Yeah.
Glass. If your bones were
Glass. Oh my god, a single fall, bro, and you're done for.
you'd be a shimmering masterpiece. The weird
Why are you copying Ninja? Because I can. And Ninja Gaming does not show his face, so I'm gonna take place and I'm gonna show my face. And if he has a problem, he can talk about it with me.
part, if a laser or a ray of sun hit you, your entire skeleton would act like a prism, throwing beautiful rainbows across the room, but a heavy base
My mom washed other people's floors for 22 years so I could eat.
Oh,
She left
okay.
at 4 a.m. and came home at 9 p.m. smelling like bleach with her knees wrapped in bandages she reused.
Poor
because
mom,
new
man.
ones cost too much. She cleaned 4 houses a day, mansions with marble floors and bathrooms bigger than our apartment. She'd come home and wash our floor last.
Poor mom, man.
At 10 p.m. in a kitchen the size.
By the way, this is someone's life. By the way, this is someone's life. This is someone's life right now. I'm telling you guys, this is someone's life out there. Someone's mom's doing this. Promise you guys.
Of a closet.
So if you guys think your life is hard, just think about it, bro.
Because a clean home is a clean home no matter the size. I watched her do this every night for 18 years. At 16, I started reselling sneakers out of my locker. $200 my first month, then $600. By 18, I had an online store doing $4,000 a month. I dropped out.
Damn,
at 16,
okay.
The business was making
He's doing better than me. What?
more than my professors. My mom cried. She said, I wash floors so you don't have to and you're quitting school. I said, give me 2 years. Year 1, I hit $30,000 a month. Year 2, I crossed $1 million in revenue. On her birthday, I drove her to a house. She said, whose floors am I cleaning? I said,
I'm so proud of bro,
4 bedrooms, a yard, marble floors. She'd never walked.
He made it, bro. He made it into the big leagues. I
She
promise
walked
you
through the
guys.
room, touching the wall,
Holy.
like her disappeared. She got to the kitchen, looked at the floor, and got on her knees out of habit. I picked her up and said, you're never getting on your knees again. My mom washed other people's.
W son, man.
This is a head editor, one of the oldest traps in Minecraft.
Okay.
The trap is pretty simple. If you jump and hit your head, you'll make it through. But if you don't, then you'll fall. This trap works because enemies don't.
Over here, this is a.
I found a.
You accidentally saved a drowning kid, and his mother immediately called the police on you. You pulled him
Why?
out of the.
I saved your kid. You should be thanking
Instead
me.
of thanking you, she
What are you
slapped
talking
your hand away
about?
And started screaming that you had pushed him in.
Like what?
Before you could
Yo,
explain,
are you?
Everyone
Oh my
around the
god.
pool started filming you. Then the police arrived, grabbed you, and slammed you against the ground. They searched your pockets, took your phone, and found the kid's necklace inside your jacket.
No.
It was now proof that you had attacked him. You kept
No.
looking at the pool, but nobody listened. They dragged you toward the police car while the
Okay.
mother followed behind, pretending to cry. Then the
Yo.
kid suddenly started laughing.
What? So it was a trap?
You noticed he was secretly looking at his mother every few seconds. The police shoved you inside the car anyway, and just before they closed the door, you saw the kid drop something onto the ground. It was a tiny waterproof camera. You immediately realized what was happening. While everyone was distracted, you had secretly recorded the entire pool area before jumping in. The footage showed the kid falling in by himself, you saving him and his mother throwing your wallet into the pool. The police
Oh,
watched the
okay.
A girl was sitting on a subway late at night when she noticed
When playing games on PC, have you ever
in this world, everyone is born with a daily.
With the word limit? Oh my days. That is sad. I could never live with the word limit. I would have been done by now.
But a boy
I talk so much. I talk so much. It's not even a joke. I talk so much.
The boy's classmates wasted theirs on gossip, arguments, and mindless chat. But the boy hoarded his. He spent his entire youth
10 word limit?
in absolute silence.
Yo, how unlucky are you?
Through text or not, he saved his 10 words every single day. He was terrified of running out when he actually needed them. Years passed, and the boy became
Poor kid, bro. Poor kid.
Her word counter was already at 0 for the day, yet she was smiling, using hand gestures to tell a story to a crowd of friends. The boy approached her and typed a message on her phone. He used text-to-speech to play it out loud. You probably regret wasting your words every day, he said smugly. The woman smiled gently, took out a notepad, and wrote back, I don't regret a single one. I used my words to tell people I loved them, to stand up for the quiet ones, and to sing until my voice cracked.
Aww.
My counter is empty, but my life is full. The boy froze. He realized that in his effort to never waste a word, he had wasted his entire life.
Honestly, he can use those 10 words to speak his last sentence.
A man moved into a new neighborhood. Ever since Noah was a kid, every person he met had a single.
In this family, there was an important rule. At night, don't open your eyes.
What? That's a terrible rule.
Every night, a guest would come and ask for food, and in return, they'd bless the family. But this night was different. When the guest arrived, it placed its hand on one of the boys and asked for him.
Yo!
The dad's face turned cold, and he tried to convince the guest to take something else, but it refused. The creature pulled the kid up and dragged him out of the dining room. The dad opened his eyes, grabbed a knife, and stabbed the guest. He
Damn.
took a look at his.
Okay, bro. You know what? I'm just scrolling, bro.
Since I was 10 years old, my dad had one rule. If I made money, he took a cut.
Oh my god. Terrible dad. Oh my gosh.
If I got $10,
Terrible, terrible dad. Oh my god.
When I started a paper route at 12, 10% went into his pocket. By the time I
Look at him.
got my first real job at 16,
The worst dad of all time, man.
every payday he'd be waiting by the door with his hand out. The house takes its cut, he'd say without even a smile. I hated him. I watched him tuck my hard-earned cash into his wallet and walk away. I called him greedy. I told my friends my dad was a bill collector in his own home. I even kept a secret stash of cash on.
Poor kid, bro. Poor
If you
kid.
murder someone and then confess the murder to a priest, they
Ah,
cannot tell anyone, ever. You see, it's called the seal of confession, and breaking it will get you kicked out of the church forever.
why would you even do this? Why would you? No, 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 no. People will confess some weird stuff.
But what if you confess that you're about to kill the priest's own mother? Well, the priest still has to stay silent.
Bro,
He can't warn her, can't call the police, he can't even sit
that is the worst situation,
outside
okay?
her house
So you're gonna just let your
because
wife
any
die?
action could reveal what
So
he
he's just
did.
gonna let her
But
die?
what if a priest does break the seal of confession and then
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I would rather get kicked out of the church than let my wife die, bro. Like, I'm being serious.
Well, that second priest also can't tell anyone because now that confession is sealed too.
This is the worst thing you could ever do, bro.
A man was
Like, why would you even do it, bro? Why would you? Why would you?
I handcuffed my dad to a park bench. At first he laughed. Very funny. Now unlock me. I didn't. His smile disappeared. I'm serious. Then he pointed across the park. Come on, let's go sit under the
Bro, if my kid does this to me, I'm putting belt to that, bro.
big oak tree like we always did when you were little. I just shook.
My fat uncle stood up at Christmas
Bro, that
dinner
disrespect
and
is
told the
crazy.
entire family $500 he could eat more than anyone in the room. Everyone just laughed, ignoring his ridiculous challenge, all except for me. I shook his hand right there at the table. Everybody looked at me. I played guitar on the street for 2 years straight. I made about $11 a day on a good day. Most people
Damn, that's a sad life.
passed me like I was part of the sidewalk. One afternoon, a man in a suit stopped and said, "You need to quit guitar." He dropped nothing in the case and kept walking. I played for 3 more hours that day. 7 months later, a woman stopped on that same corner and listened for about a minute. She recorded 30 seconds
Okay.
on her phone, smiled, and walked away. I didn't think anything of it. That night, she posted the clip. I woke up to my phone buzzing nonstop. The video had 20 million views.
What?
I had 500,000
See, this is how social media changes people's lives. You guys can see this.
followers on an account that had 12.
Social media can
By the end of
change
the week,
people's
the man
life.
sent me a DM. I signed a deal 9 days later. Recorded my first album in a studio that cost more per hour than I made
So you're making in the big
a
leagues.
month on that sidewalk. It went platinum in 6 weeks. 14 months after that woman pressed record, I played a sold-out arena. 18,000 people singing words I wrote on that corner. After the show, I was walking to my car and saw a man sitting on the curb holding a cardboard sign. He looked up at me and I recognized him immediately. Same face. I crouched down and said, "You told me to quit guitar, remember?" He just stared. I said, "You should look into karma." I put $100 in his hand and walked to my car. I played guitar.
Damn.
Who escapes the back rooms first? Cop?
So this guy on TikTok started a series of trying things after 27 years in prison, and it's the funniest thing ever. The first place
What?
he went to was Wingstop, but clearly he was still getting used to TikTok because the video cut off halfway. But what's even crazier is when he went to Chili's to try the triple dipper, which literally left him speechless because he didn't say a single word throughout the entire 4-minute review. But the funniest is when he went to the beach, and within 5 minutes he thought it was all over because after 27 years of not swimming, he thought he forgot how to. But thankfully he remembered and had a great time. So this guy.
Okay.
Imagine you wake up and everyone on your flight is unconscious.
Ooh, that will be a
The
disaster.
plane is flying perfectly straight, so the pilots
Is that autopilot?
must be fine.
I think it's the autopilot.
You make
It's
your
the
way to
autopilot.
cockpit. One pilot collapsed in the doorway. The other is slumped over in his chair. Now, this could be a dream, but you grab the mic and scream for help anyway. There's no response. You decide to push the pilot out of
Generally a death, bro. No.
the seat.
You're just gonna
His
die
arm
anyway.
catches the controls and moves it around.
Idiot.
The alarm screams. Lights flash.
Turn on the autopilot. Oh my god, you're gonna die.
Fast.
Lock in.
Grab the controls. It's heavy.
Survival's in. Oh, okay, bro. You know what? Just scroll.
What would happen if every hour you became 1 foot shorter? Hour 1.
What would happen if your body was made of these elements?
Ever since Marcus was 7, everything he said out loud came true. He said, "I wish today was over." He blinked and it was 9 p.m. He said, "I wish my homework would disappear." It vanished.
So Toon Force?
So did his backpack and his desk. He said, "I wish my brother would be quiet." His brother couldn't talk for 3 days. His mom was thrilled. He learned fast to be careful. Then one day, the school bully shoved him into a locker and said, "You're so small you could..."
Shoved it in the locker. All right, bro.
Marcus said, "I wish you knew what that felt like." The bully shrank to the size of a juice box. Everyone screamed. The teacher fainted. Marcus panicked and said, "Okay, I wish he was normal again." The bully came back to normal size, but wearing a diaper. Marcus said, "That's not what I meant." The bully never bothered him again. Ever since
What a waste of the power, bro. Oh my god, that's a
in
waste.
10th grade and 8
Hi from Yemen. W Yemen.
walked alone every day. The same 3 kids walked past my table and said things
He laid 2 slices of bread on the ground in Spain. At the exact same time, a man in New Zealand did the same thing. But these guys weren't feeding birds. They had actually found 2 spots on opposite sides of the planet.
Okay.
And coordinated the exact moment. So one slice of bread was on top of the earth, and the other was
Is that supposed to be a sandwich? Earth sandwich, really?
meaning for
Really?
one brief moment, our Earth was a sandwich.
Okay. Right, okay.
He's holding a cake and knocked on his son's door and said, "Are you winning, son?" You see, his son was
Is that Technoblade?
a Minecraft YouTuber called Technoblade.
Rest in peace, Technoblade, guys.
Entertained millions of people around the world. But after a hard battle with cancer, he passed away at only 23 years old. So, on his birthday, his dad walked into the empty room, placed a cake on his desk, and posted the video on social media. And whenever fans watch that video and hear his dad's voice break as he says, "Happy
W
birthday,"
Technoblade, bro.
His house was in the way of the new road. They needed to bulldoze it. So
Okay.
they offered him over $200,000, but he refused.
For what
So they
reason?
built the road around his house.
Yo, that is terrible. Oh my god.
Instead, They buried a concrete pipe that connected his house
Brother!
with the outside world, meaning the only way in or out was through.
Bro, I would take the $200,000, bro.
Cars passed by all day
Are these supposed to be funny? I don't know.
and night, surrounding the house with noise, and large trucks made the whole thing shake.
This is the worst highway, bro.
After school, I got into my mom's car like I do every day. I threw my bag in the back and started talking about how my teacher gave me a 0 on a project I spent 6 hours on. But the driver said nothing. I looked over, and the person behind the wheel was wearing sunglasses and a hat I'd never seen before. My mom never wears hats. I felt my stomach drop. I looked at the door handle, but
She just got kidnapped.
we were
Okay.
already going 40 on the main road. I quietly pulled out my phone under my backpack and texted my best friend that I got in the wrong car and might be getting
You trim your eyebrows? No, I don't.
kidnapped. He replied, "Bro, what?" The driver still hadn't said a word and kept driving. We turned left on a street I didn't recognize. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely hold my phone. I texted my mom, "Where are you?" And she replied, "Uncle is picking you up today, forgot to tell you sorry." I stared
Are you kidding me?
at my phone for 5 seconds, then slowly looked at the driver again. It was my uncle who I hadn't seen in 3.
Bro, what? I thought that was a kidnapper.
My son came home from school in tears and said,
Ever wondered why you shiver when you're cold? Ever wondered where your family really comes from?
No.
How big is a Roblox world?
Okay.
Most maps, you can reach the edge in a couple hundred meters, but in reality, the true size can stretch much further. So I'm here to find the actual limit. My first attempt was to spawn in a part and stretch it to its max. At first, I thought this gave me the answer until I realized you can still copy it over. The true answer has to be bigger. My second attempt was
So
to copy
unlimited?
that part again and again until I reached a barrier.
Oh, okay.
However, that would take literal years, so I made a program to speed things up. By typing in a number, you will be teleported that many meters up. With this, we can find the true size of Roblox. At 1 million meters, my avatar glitches out, but that wasn't the limit since the game still
She's just gonna break the game.
registered. So I tried 10 million, then 100 million.
Oh my
then
gosh.
1 billion meters.
Oh my
The game
gosh.
was still working. At last, I reached a point where my game completely broke.
So it crashed. Okay.
Final size, 1 trillion meters, which is
That's a big number.
dropped a barbell on my foot yelling, "Catch it, loser." I tried to pick it up,
What
but
the
fell
hell?
straight on. A man woke up in a square room, no door.
They rolled him into the nursing home, even though he didn't want to go. And they took his beloved dog with them when they left. Now his days were filled
Programs,
with
man.
pills, checkups, and blame
But I would rather die than live like this.
served on trays.
Like, I'm being so for real. I would rather die at the age of 70, bro. I don't want to live further than that. Like, what? What? Like, what do you even have to do after turning 70 years old? Trust me, you don't. Yo,
But
it's just
without his
suffering.
dog, everything felt hollow. He began
Told
to
you, bro.
notice
Just
his
bro. No,
pill
I'm not saying that.
I tried to grab the last shopping cart at the store. It's 2035. You open Roblox for the first time in years. You spawn in your old game. Same place you used to grind after school, but it's silent.
Is that MM2?
No footsteps, no players running past you. Nobody. You try another game, same result. Empty. You don't understand at first, so you keep switching games, waiting for someone to show up. Nobody does.
Steal a brain rot? Really?
Eventually you stop moving and just stand there. Then something feels wrong. Not the game, you. The games didn't change. You did. And everyone else already left years ago. It's 20... My sister walked into my room, threw a toaster at me, and yelled, "Booyah!" Then she turned back to her phone and shouted, "This loser just lost 100 aura points. 100 likes and I'll do..."
I'm beating my
whatever the
sister,
top comment
bro.
says. Then she slammed my...
Someone has been ringing my doorbell at exactly 3 a.m. every night for the past week. The
That's creepy. Oh my days.
The second night I opened the door and
That
no
is
one
so
was there.
creepy.
By the third night I stopped sleeping entirely. I told my mom and she said it was probably kids, but no kid is that consistent. On the fifth night I heard the ring and sprinted to the window. I saw a figure in a dark hoodie walking away from our porch, but I couldn't see their face. My friend said, "Call the police." But what was I supposed to tell them? Someone rings my doorbell and leaves. On day 6, my dad set up a camera above the front door. That night at 3 a.m., the bell rang again. I checked the footage the next...
Boring.
The fake scar would be applied to your face with
Okay.
makeup, and when you looked in the mirror, you would see yourself as deformed. But then the scientist would tell you that the scar might crack, so they would need to apply moisturizer. But what
Okay.
you didn't know is that the scientist actually removed the scar altogether. Then
Okay.
you would be sent to have a conversation with a stranger, still thinking that the scar was on your face. Now, you claim the stranger avoided eye contact, that they acted tense, and that you felt judged because of your scar. But since there was no scar,
Makes sense.
this couldn't be true. You see,
Hi, Blazy, what's
when
up?
you expect people to judge you, you'll start to see that judgment everywhere, even when it doesn't actually.
I found a way to get 1 trillion
This has to be a clickbait.
Just don't tell the cops. Introducing the Friends of Friends method. And this works no matter who you are. See, each player, including
You're telling me I can get 1 trillion Robux?
you, is
Are you
least
kidding
5
me?
people away from being
You know how much money that
friends
is?
with the owner. For example, I'm friends with this guy who's friends with this guy,
Oh.
so on and so on, until we get to the owner. Next, work your way up the ladder until you're friends with the man himself. But for this to really work, you need to get closer to him. So your next step, find a way to get an
Red tied to everyone's chest, but they didn't lead to a soulmate. He had no idea. In this world, everyone receives a mark on their 18th birthday. The color determines.
Oh.
Gold means you'll be rich. Silver means you'll be comfortable. Bronze means you'll struggle. And then there was Max. Max turned 18 and received his mark. But when he looked at it, his heart stopped. It wasn't gold. It wasn't silver. It wasn't even bronze.
Then what it is?
Crimson red. He had never seen
Crimson red.
mark.
Is it? Does it mean death or something?
Did it immediately. At school, everyone showed off their marks. Look, I got gold. Silver for me. Bronze. At least I have something. They turned to Max. What did you get? Max covered his arm. Nothing. He lied. I didn't get anything. They laughed. You're a blank. A nobody. They called him worthless. Weeks passed. The bullying got worse. Show us your mark, blank boy. You're nothing.
Bro, I hate bullies, bro.
Tried to expose it. Max fought them off every time. He refused to show anyone. He was ashamed. He thought he was broken. Then the news broke. An ancient scroll had been discovered. It revealed something the world had forgot. The scholar on TV spoke. We have found the original text. The marks have been misunderstood for centuries. Gold means servant. Silver means laborer. Bronze means nobody. And crimson red means king.
Are you, bro? What type of plot armor is
You
this?
bake 1 cake for a dozen people, but then suddenly 32 guests show up. Now, if you cut
Oh my
normal
face.
slice
These tiny creatures might be the most useful animals on Earth, and
Ah!
probably eaten
Ah! What are you doing?
because the second they're brought to markets, they're weighed equally and sealed in individual containers. As farmers race to buy millions of them, since their whole farm
Yo, I swear to God, I saw a Chinese lady lick it. I swear to God, wallahi.
because they're taken straight to flooded rice fields, where thousands are released into the water, starting one of the smartest farming systems.
These looks like mosquitoes. Could you give me a shout out? No.
While digging through the mud to aerate the soil, giving the rice more oxygen without using any chemicals.
Also, those are crabs.
Months of protecting every grain of rice, they're collected all over again and sold worldwide, finally becoming the same crabs you've eaten. These tiny
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you need to fall to become
3 animals that cheat their way to food. First up, frigate. Instead of fishing for themselves, they wait until another seabird catches a fish, then chase
Hi, what's up, Din Plays? What's good? How you doing?
until it eventually drops or vomits up its meal. The frigate then swoops in and steals the catch before it even hits the water, letting other birds do all the work. Next, sea otters. While most predators have to chase down their food, otters simply dive to the ocean floor and grab a bunch of clams. Then they float on their backs, crack open the shells using a rock as a tool, and eat straight off their own belly like a table. Plus, they'll even keep
I was hunting elk in the woods when I heard something whimper.
AWS AI.
This boy was born into a world where superpowers were incredibly rare. His favorite hero
What?
was a legendary speedster. When the hero
So he's basically in Marvel Universe.
he passed his powers to the boy. The boy was ecstatic. He was unbelievably fast. But there was a catch. The faster he moved, the faster he aged. He eventually discovered the truth, but he
So the power comes to the price.
didn't
Okay.
care. He kept running. He saved people from disasters, stopped criminals, and defeated villains. He became one of the world's
Was that Akaza? What?
ranking every era of Roblox, starting with the classic era. While the games back then weren't the best,
Bro, back then Roblox was fun, but like
years felt
the
like
games are terrible.
stepping in a new world. Roblox itself was a whole new thing. We didn't really have standards.
Makes sense.
Here, 2011 to 2016. This was when I joined, and from experience, it was a perfect mix of old and new. While the
Okay.
platform was
Basically when it wasn't brain rotted.
the
Alright.
games themselves still felt simple, like they were made by a friend. S tier. 2017.
By dropping the exact amount of cobblestone, you can force the enchanting table to give you the best enchantments.
What?
Mojang made
You could do
easy
that?
mistake when creating the enchanting table. The enchantments inside aren't truly random. They come from a pseudo-random system.
Bro, I promise you, Minecraft is not this
Hidden
deep.
player seed. And when Minecraft uses this seed for certain actions, like dropping items, it jumps to the next value using a mathematical formula. That means
Yeah, bro. Mr. Beast's first subscriber. I gave my 500 millionth subscriber 500 cars. Yo, how do you even manage to get 500 million subscribers? I am struggling right now.
If a barber makes a mistake, it's a new style. If a politician makes a mistake, it's a new law. If a scientist makes a mistake, it's a new invention. If a tailor makes a mistake, it's a new style. If a teacher makes a mistake, it's a new theory.
Okay.
But if a student makes a mistake,
It's a mistake.
it's a mistake. If a
Well, you're not a
barber
doctor,
makes a
you're not a
mistake,
barber,
it's
you're
new
not a
style. If
stylist,
politician
you're not
makes a
a
mistake, it's a new law.
politician.
People started calling this man a genius because when
student.
he decided to spend the night on a
If we hadn't discovered slow motion technology, we would never have seen incredible moments like these. When a tennis ball hits a powder-coated racket, the powder scatters but retains its shape perfectly. When a water balloon is
I've seen
hit with a
this.
baseball bat, it expands
I've
into
seen this.
impossible shapes before
I've seen this
finally
before.
bursting. And when a balloon is dropped on someone's head, it instantly covers the entire head. Things
Does that look so
we
satisfying?
take for granted can look so amazing when slowed down to 1,000 frames. If we hadn't discovered slow mo.
What if your bones were made of titanium? You would be nearly impossible to break. Your skeleton could easily survive high impact
So exoskeleton, okay.
and support massive amounts of weight. But there is a problem. Real bones are alive, and they produce red blood cells inside their marrow. And titanium cannot produce blood cells, which would cause anemia. Natural bones also continuously heal and reshape themselves over time, while metal cannot repair itself. So while you would be extremely strong, your body would eventually shut down. What if your bones were
Bro.
He started with Roblox.
If someone digs in the ground in Nigeria and hits oil, people celebrate. But in Saudi Arabia, finding oil can actually be a disaster. There's so much of it underground that when you dig, you're very likely to hit it. Imagine trying to build a house foundation and suddenly you strike oil. You can't farm there, you can't build a house, and you can't live on it.
That's
The
terrible.
worst part, it's not even yours. The government shows up and takes the land. If someone digs
Holy oppressive
in the
government.
ground in Nigeria,
One day a boy discovered he could stop time, but only for 10 seconds. At first, he thought it was useless, until one day, a glass slipped off a table. Everything froze. He casually caught it. 10
Bro, time stop for 10 seconds? Ooh, you can do a lot of things there.
seconds later, time
Oh, we had 102,000 subscribers. Let's go. W, bro. Thank you so much, guys.
He started using it everywhere. He stole the answers off the teacher's desk mid-test. He ate expensive meals, then left before the bill arrived. He swapped his friend's burger for a fish and watched him bite. He never wasted a single second. Then
Bro.
one day, his little sister stepped into the road. A truck came speeding toward her. He stopped time. 10 seconds. He reached her. He pulled. He begged, but time didn't care. It started moving again. The truck never stopped. For the rest of his life, he wished he'd been given 11. One day,
Oh my
the boy
god.
discovered
That
he
is
could stop time for 10
sad.
seconds.
In America, farmers trap thousands of flies in these bags, but not to get rid of them. Inside is a powder that releases a smell like decaying organic matter. So flies rush in
What?
thinking they.
What are these unfunny memes?
2025, when this American TikToker went viral.
I've seen this guy, bro. I saw this guy more than my dad. This guy was everywhere.
How far he goes to make sure he has the best lawn in his neighborhood. It started
Touch your
off
nose
with
if you're
finding
live.
a brown spot in his yard, where he spent the whole
Like
day
what?
destroying his entire yard with a tractor and digging out a 12-foot hole just to get out that 1,000-pound rock. But what's crazy is that everyone is convinced that he puts these rocks in there on purpose because of how often
Bro, why would you even, bro? For content, sure, but like, just to take him
he
down.
removes them from his yard. It's gotten so bad to the point that people in the comments started making fun of him because of how obsessed he is with his lawn, telling him to go touch an iPad for once. Throwback to 2025.
That's funny.
What happens if Mars gets an ocean? 1 second, water crashes across the surface. Canyons fill instantly. Massive waves collide and rise. Mars turns blue in seconds.
Wow.
1 hour. The oceans begin to steam. Hot vapor rises everywhere. The sky fills with thick clouds. The planet looks like it's boiling. One day, rain starts falling non-stop. Lightning flashes across the sky. Rivers carve through the land. Water begins to move as a system.
Okay.
1 year. Storms cover the entire planet. Oceans form stable coastlines. Dark patches appear near the water. Something begins to change.
So basically, a Earth, but like, on hard mode.
I saved 3 months to take this girl to Disneyland. First real date. We walked through the gates and I felt like the main character. Near the roller coaster, my bully walked up, looked at my date and said, "You're way too pretty for this guy." She laughed. He said, "Come ride the Ferris wheel with me." She looked at me, then him, and walked away. I stood holding—
What? Bro, he just took your, okay, he just took your girl. Okay, alright.
With the guy who shoved—
And okay, and you got shoved into a locker. All right.
I went home and didn't sleep, but I didn't cry. I planned. His sister went to the school across town. He was overprotective to the point where no guy would go near her. I found her on social media. Didn't message right away. Waited 2 weeks. Liked a photo. She liked one back. Commented something funny. She replied. We started.
Is he trying to pull his sister?
Nothing like him. Smart. Actually funny.
Cool dudes, take what's up.
In a way that made me forget why I started talking to her. By month 2, I wasn't doing it for revenge. I genuinely liked her. We went on a date, then another. By month 4, we were official. I picked her up and her brother opened the door. His face went through 6 emotions in 3 seconds. He said, "What are you doing here?" His sister walked past him, grabbed my hand and said, "He's with me." He looked at her. Then
wow.
I smiled at her.
What a
Same
revenge.
smile he gave. In this world, everyone is born with a level above their head. By doing chores, going to school, and being a good citizen, your level goes up. The mayor promises that anyone who reaches level 100 gets to walk through the golden gates to paradise. A guy named Max
Heavens.
his whole life and finally hits level 100. The town throws him a huge
Is
party.
this a scam?
Waves goodbye and walks through the golden gates. But when the doors close behind him, there is no paradise. It's a giant, bloody factory. A voice over a loudspeaker says, "Congratulations, you are fully grown. Harvesting will now begin." In this world...
Which one is AI?
This professor wanted to prove that the most dangerous part of an earthquake isn't the power, but
Okay.
its frequency. He starts by shaking the platform slowly, and the tallest ball starts swaying back and forth, while the other two barely move at all. Then he speeds up the frequency at a lower power, and suddenly the middle ball takes over and starts swinging hard. Finally, he shakes it at a
That's
very high
interesting.
frequency, and even though he's barely moving the platform at all, the shortest ball on the left starts shaking the most.
That is interesting. What the hell?
This is called resonance frequency, and it's why in a real earthquake, a small building can be destroyed, while a skyscraper next to it stays perfectly fine, depending entirely on how fast the ground is shaking. This professor wanted to prove that—
Okay, that is interesting.
When you fake throw a ball and your dog looks around for it.
I don't have a dog.
Adam got hired for a job that paid $40 an hour.
Imagine a giant bus that drives directly
Is that a bus?
over cars.
Yo, that looks like Cybertruck, but massive.
In traffic forever. In 2016, the entire world believed this was the future. It was called the TEB-1, a moving tunnel on rails that let cars pass
Oh my
underneath it while it
days.
drove over them. They released a viral test run, and everyone thought the future had arrived. But the engineering made zero sense. The clearance underneath was just 7 feet. Any
What do you mean bro,
van
what?
or SUV would get its roof ripped off instantly.
So they couldn't, so they couldn't plan it. All right. This is for injuring.
Bus when an old man got on with a walking stick. He looked around for a seat. After a few seconds, he finally found one. It was the empty seat next to a girl. Just as he was about to sit down, she threw her purse onto it. The old man looked.
That is rude.
Excuse me, is someone sitting there?
She smiled. My boyfriend is. The old
Oh
man
my
quietly said,
I can't stand for very
That
long.
is so rude. Don't bus say like reserve seats for elderly people and disabled people? Like what?
Not my problem. I couldn't believe it. I said, just move your purse.
This is sad.
As you swing, the board suddenly becomes indestructible, meaning the nail bends. But if the nail was also indestructible, then the hammer
Then where's the force gonna go?
bounce right off.
The hammer, okay.
Now, imagine the hammer becomes indestructible too. The force of the swing would go into your arm.
Oh, that will break my bones?
Your body became indestructible
Then what now?
as well, and you swung the hammer down close to the speed of light.
Speed of light!
Well, instead of the nail
Yeah, bro.
going in, all that energy would be released, likely creating a
big, yes, a
massive
blast.
shockwave, vaporizing everything around it.
Knew it.
Except the hammer, nail, board, and
You. Haha, knew it.
In this world, all physical pain converts directly
So reacting to YouTube and YouTube.
into real money. Don't have enough money for a new car? Break a finger. Need a quick meal from a restaurant? Stub your toe. But despite this, I grew up extremely poor alone with my mom. I was desperate to get us out of poverty, so I spent years getting into underground fights, enduring constant...
So you're just trying to make it, alright.
I finally reached $5 million in my bank account. But during my final match, a professional boxer put me in a deep coma, leaving me just barely alive.
What a luck, man.
If you lay 3 stone slabs across the river and put pillars underneath, you can cross the water.
So that's a basic bridge?
Congratulations, you invented the bench bridge. But when the river gets wider, the longer stone slabs easily crack. So a smart person like you adds more pillars to shorten the gap. But being an absolute genius, you add way too many pillars, and now all the passing boats are stuck in a massive...
So here's where injuring comes. Okay.
Putting your big brain to work again, you change the bridge into an
Engineering.
arch shape. The arch uses wedge-shaped stones pushed tightly together, and you use iron locks to hold the whole thing into one solid piece. This leaves a massive space for the water and lets the boat pass through
okay.
easily. Congratulations.
But that's like a
Congratulations, you invented a simple arch bridge, but the
Yeah.
slope is way too steep, and people
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's way too steep.
pushing carts up the bridge cannot even stand up straight from being so tired. Being clever, you pave a flat surface over the arch and add guardrails so people can walk normally. Congratulations, you invented the stone arch bridge. You think everything is fine, then a massive flood hits and shakes the bridge. The big hole lets water through.
Bro, how many problems are
The
there?
violent current still slams into the base and makes the
Damn.
whole structure wobble. Being an absolute genius, you decide to open up 2 smaller arches on both sides of the main arch. Now the flood
Okay.
water flows through the big and small holes at the same time. Congratulations, you just invented the Jiaozhou Bridge that has survived for over 1,000 years.
1,000 years? 1,000? Bro, what? 1,000
Bring
years?
stone slabs across the river and put pillars underneath.
Okay.
So back in 2009, this man started ordering Domino's every single day for 7 years, not realizing this was about to save his life. Because one day in 2016, Domino's delivery drivers that have been delivering pizzas to him every single day noticed something horrifying. It turned out that the guy hasn't ordered anything in 11 days, which was really weird. So the manager of the store decided to send an employee to his house to check up on him, and even though his lights and TV were...
What if we build a giant mega bridge to Mars? A normal structure would snap instantly.
That would never
because
happen.
Both planets
Like
are
what?
constantly moving.
It's impossible.
To
Yeah.
survive, this bridge would need to be made of a hyper-flexible material that can stretch millions of miles without breaking.
To stop it from twisting, we'll add rotating rings.
Bro, who's thinking of this, bro?
100 miles to balance out the planet's spin. But space debris could break through the bridge. To protect itself, the bridge would generate a massive plasma shield. This energy aura would instantly vaporize any incoming asteroid. This way, we could connect every planet, creating a solar superhighway. What if we
So basically, type is civilization type 2.
build a giant...
An astronaut was preparing to return home when a voice came through the radio. Don't come back.
Damn, that hit dad. Ow, man.
It's okay. Accidents happen. Not a big deal. Don't not see what you just did. You pierced my nose suspiciously. Right now I'm gonna cut the line. Ah, it's not your fault, Willow. I walked up behind you.
Oh! What the hell? Oh my days. That's a fishing rod in his nose. Oh my god.
It's okay, guys. Don't freak out. Yeah, that just happened.
Oh my god. That's the worst thing gonna happen, bro. That is terrible.
I lost my left eye in an accident when I was 15. Before, every single person on Earth is born wearing a white mask. No one ever takes them off.
This might look like the most boring job on the road because all he has to
Okay.
do is place reflectors into the hot tar while the truck slowly moves forward. But in reality, it's not as easy as it looks. The worker
Yeah.
in front lays
You could miss
down
it.
the hot tar in a constant rhythm, and the man behind has to keep up while placing each reflector in exactly the right spot. And if he misses even one reflector,
Yeah.
the whole process has to stop. This might look like the most boring job on the road.
Yo, you have to pay attention the whole time. You cannot slack out at all,
River, watering it is
or you'll miss it.
Just cut a small opening in the river. You're cooked, kid. You just downloaded my.
If you shove a brick under the brake pedal...
Medieval toilets had one terrifying design flaw. They were built so that they stuck right out of the castle wall.
Oh my
So you'd walk
god.
in, take a seat, and everything would just drop.
Yo, the smell of poo. Oh my days. That would be disgusting.
Ain't no way. So this lady went insanely viral after trying to steal a kid's PS5 in the middle of the streets. But when the kid refused, she tried to bribe him. But since he didn't want to wait in line again, he said no, and that is when she went crazy and did...
Yo, what? From Temu? Bro, yo. I think that's a parachute in his back, on his backpack. I'm wishing. Yo, what? Yo, open the damn parachute! Yo! Oh, yo, open it! What the? Why did it take it so long for him to open a parachute, bro? Are you serious?
When she was asked to knock down this massive,
He turned on the faucets and flooded his own restaurant, and he kept going until the rooms filled with water. You see, flood was already coming toward the building, and if he had left the rooms empty, dirty water would fill them. That would leave the rooms filled with mud. So he filled the restaurant with clean water first. Then the clean water inside pushed against the flood outside. This made the pressure almost the same on both sides.
So that's a lot of water waste.
Water stayed out of the building. And when the flood finally passed, he pumped the clean water out. This kept the river mud out of the restaurant, and it helped save.
You just wasted a lot of water though.
When the fish lays an egg, a catfish will come to eat it and replace it with her own egg.
Oh my days, okay.
To protect her babies, the fish will scoop them all up in her mouth, unintentionally sucking the catfish egg too. And since the catfish hatches way faster,
and that it eats the other eggs. Okay, makes sense. You're so cute. Thank you.
Before they can even hatch.
Knew it.
Then it'll stay with the mother, who can't tell the difference and raises it like
So she just raised someone else, a kid?
her own child. Until
What?
it's ready to swim.
What a scam!
when AI
People thought that the person driving this truck was a bad driver when they saw him struggling to drive out of this slip.
Yo, this is impossible to do.
Turns out
That's soap water, by the way, and it's like a really steep
he was doing it on purpose
hole.
because all the sides are covered in soap and water, making driving way harder. And most people would think that his job is to escape.
It's gonna be really slippery and it's really steep. You need traction, and there's no traction for him to climb this steep. Okay.
Splash around as much as possible to wash the truck, as well as pull
What?
off cool moves like this. People thought that the person driving this.
Tornado warning. Yo. This is funny. I'm trying to resist laughing, bro. Oh my god.
Why were soldiers so afraid of this tiny bomb? It's called the Lazy Dog, and the U.S. dropped these on enemies throughout the Cold War.
What
now,
the
if
hell?
you look inside, there are no explosives. It's just a solid piece of metal with.
So what does
fins
it
on the
do?
back. So how could something like this be?
What does
so
it do?
deadly? Well, the military never just dropped one of them. They dropped thousands from a single plane, all at the exact same time. As they fell
So basically, raining steel metal. What?
to Earth, those fins kept each one locked in a straight path. They easily hit speeds of over 500.
Whoa, my god. So each one can kill anyone.
And because they were just
I don't like you, then scroll, boy.
Metal, they made
Ow, my
absolutely
eyes.
zero sound. This meant there was no warning at all for anyone below. But that's still not the worst part. At those extreme speeds, just one of these chunks of metal could punch clean through a steel.
I knew it. It can kill anyone.
Completely through a heavy vehicle. It could even go straight through solid concrete.
Goodness.
If you were on the ground, your only warning was the guy next to you suddenly dropping. Why were soldiers so...
This is an artwork from Paris called Measuring the Universe. Because in 2009,
Measuring the universe?
an artist opened a gallery with nothing but blank white walls, where visitors could stand against the wall and have their height marked along with their name and date. As more than 50,000 people
I wonder who's the tallest here. I wonder.
participated, those
I wonder who's the
marks
tallest
formed a
here.
thick black band wrapping around the room, which became a powerful reflection of humanity and our place in the universe.
Okay.
This is an art.
When a firing squad shoots a prisoner, one of the bullets actually isn't real. You see, one of the rifles is loaded with a blank, but it still fires and kicks back when the trigger is pulled. The soldiers aren't told which rifle it is, casting doubt on who actually shot and killed the man. This way, the soldiers can feel less guilty and sleep at night, knowing—
Oh, okay. I mean, I will feel really bad for killing anyone in this world. Just the ones pedophiles. Other than that, yeah.
Chance that they—
This is an obby where every step makes your legs longer. In the first stage, the ceiling is super low, and if you walk too much, your legs grow tall enough that your head hits it and you die. So I had to—
That's interesting lobby. I would play it.
walk in a perfect straight line to make it through. Next, there's a huge lava pool with no platforms in the middle. So I walked back and forth until my legs were long enough to jump all the way across in one giant step. But now I'm looking at the noob floating way up on a tall platform with no way to climb up. But then Then I noticed something. My legs were already as tall as the platform, so I just stepped right on top of it like a curb.
Easy peasy, bro.
Did you know that this whale is considered the loneliest animal in the ocean and is so isolated from everyone that
poor whale.
Scientists barely know anything about it. Meet the 52 Hertz whale, an animal that was only discovered by the unusual pitch of its voice. Even more mysterious is that we have no record of what this whale actually looks like, with scientists only
You don't even know what it looks like?
being able to hear it cry out to the world, trying to find other whales that are just like him. But despite being the loneliest animal in the ocean, scientists have discovered multiple whales at a time, matching the sounds of the 52 Hertz whale, meaning there's a chance that he isn't as alone as we originally thought. Did you know that this whale is considered the loneliest animal in the ocean?
Famous foods that were invented by accident.
Yo, what?
This guy wasn't even trying to get a job, but he wanted to prove how easy it was to get hired by Netflix. So he emailed them and told
Are
them
you
that
kidding me? Is that
intro
easy, you telling me?
awful. The Netflix marketing.
Here are 5 random. If you dump trash into a volcano,
Bad idea. I'm telling you guys, it's a bad idea. It's a big, bro. It's a bad idea. It's terrible. Oh my Luffy, I'm a big fan. What's up?
Lava is hot enough to burn plastic, wood, and even some metal. So you might think trucks could keep dumping it in forever. But a volcano is not a garbage.
It's gonna erupt more.
You see, the trash first lands on a crust over the lava. So instead of sinking straight down, the pile can stay on top. Soon, the trash starts melting while its own weight presses down. Then the crust breaks and more garbage drops in at once. This reaction makes the lava bubble and spit upward. And toxic smoke rises straight into the air, meaning you would not get rid of the trash. You would turn the volcano into a toxic dump.
Okay.
This might be the saddest job in America, because when pirates attack your cargo ship, you have to immediately turn on these high-pressure water cannons, because this single nozzle can blast thousands of gallons of sea.
Oh my god.
Hitting the pirates like a bullet to force them away. But sometimes they attack in hundreds, and while you can spray down some boats, a few will successfully able to crawl up the side of the hull. But before they reach the deck, you have to completely shut down the...
These are football things that were banned because of cheating. A long time ago, goalkeepers didn't use gloves at all. They didn't even realize that gloves could help them catch the ball better. But everything changed when someone came up with the idea to coat the gloves with glue.
So
There were
more
no
grip.
rules about it. So goalkeepers just smeared their palms with a sticky substance to make the ball stick. The grip was so strong that keepers could catch any shot with just one hand.
Damn.
Scoring a goal became nearly impossible. But clever players found a way to fight back. They started inflating the balls with helium instead of regular air. When you kicked a helium-filled ball, it flew like crazy, and the goalkeeper couldn't catch it at all. FIFA had to ban both glue-coated gloves and helium balls.
Yeah, that's just cheating. That's just against the rule of football, soccer, whatever you call
There's
it.
a slippery pit in China with a Rolls-Royce stuck in the middle, and who can get it out gets to keep it. They tried driving around and get it out with the momentum, but couldn't do it.
A Rolls Royce, bro? You wasting a Rolls Royce for
There's
this?
a theory that if you throw a person out of a plane inside this giant inflatable ball, they might survive. The idea
No, the hell they're
is
not.
simple. The huge surface area should slow the fall, and the ball itself should absorb the
Bro, you're gonna get all of the absorption, the force.
decided to test if this
No way to test out someone. What?
Of course, no one volunteered to jump, so they used a human dummy
Thank God.
instead.
Thank God.
But before testing the ball, they first needed a baseline. What happens if the dummy just falls freely? The team attached special sensors to measure impact.
Well, what do you think? What do you think is gonna happen? He's gonna die. He's gonna what? He's gonna fall apart.
The dummy from
What do you think is gonna happen, bro? Like, bro, oh my
expected,
god.
Every sensor turned red, meaning the impact would be fatal for a real human. Next,
Nope. Like, bro.
The dummy was placed inside the inflatable ball and attached to the helicopter. Do not try this at home. As the helicopter climbed, strong winds started pushing the ball around, making the situation.
Because the more surface area, the more wind it
But
catches.
they had
Okay.
to go through with it. When the ball was released, its falling speed was about half of the normal free fall. Right away, it was clear the landing was much softer.
Oof.
However, when they checked the sensors, the result was disappointing. Even with the inflatable ball, the data showed that a real person would not survive.
Bro, like, what do you think is gonna happen, bro?
I tried breaking the record for the world's shortest. Flintlock is a new
These are three animals with the most depressing jobs. First off, vultures will spend their entire lives cleaning up for other animals, searching the skies for hours and waiting for predators just to finish their food, often seen munching on leftovers like bones and rotten flesh, hoping that they never come back for seconds. Next are the dung beetles, where they'll fight with others.
Claire took the new weight loss pill, excited to finally get rid of her hunger. She celebrated over a pizza dinner with her family, but her plate remained empty. Her appetite had vanished. She finally felt in control. Within just a few days, the weight melted off. But then, the real change started to hit. Pancakes smelled like vomit. Homemade meals made her gag.
Ew.
Even water tasted rotten. She tried to quit the pills, but even after she stopped, her body still reacted like everything.
So you just can't eat food anymore?
Just the thought of food made her panic. Doctors told her the medication had connected the thought of food with being poisoned.
Wow.
It couldn't be undone. And it was happening to everyone who had
Oh wow, okay. So everybody's gonna die?
Months of being on a feeding tube, she finally got the news. A second pill had hit the market, offering 24 hours of relief. She cried as she finally enjoyed dinner with her family, and every bite was better than she ever remembered. But within a day,
is there any side effect?
The pharmacies were out of the new medication. People ended
this
up
is like a disaster.
over the pills in the streets. One night, Claire dragged herself to a pharmacy. It was already filled with others like her. Rummaging through the medications scattered on the floor, she grabbed a handful of mixed pills and swallowed, desperately hoping that something in there would bring her hunger back.
See? Hunger is a good thing, guys.
Unreal Beach. If you plug a volcano,
actually, it's not a good thing. Never mind.
Lava might stop coming out for a while. Now, you might think the eruption is over, but magma and gas would keep
it's gonna make a buildup
rising beneath the plug.
Yeah.
With nowhere to escape, the gas would push harder against the rock.
Yep.
The plug might hold at first, but the pressure would keep growing. Then cracks would split open along the volcano's sides, and the trapped
lava has to be released.
Gas would blast the plug apart, sending rocks
somewhere or other way.
Ash into the air, meaning you would not stop the eruption. You would only make it worse.
Knew it.
If you plug
Why would you even try to stop nature? Are you stupid? Who's stupid enough to stop the nature, bro?
What if the sun suddenly turned blue? If the sun turned blue, it would mean its surface temperature has increased from about
I learned it in science, so I know it.
to over 20,000 degrees. This extreme heat would shift the sun's radiation output, blasting the Earth with a lethal dose of
oh my god. Everything is done for.
Ultraviolet light. Our ozone layer would be instantly destroyed. Within days, the extreme radiation would scorch all vegetation, blind anyone looking outside, and cook us alive. What if the sun
like, bro, what the? Why are these videos so fast paced? Like, I can't even react to it, and they just end.
Most people choose the wrong seat in a taxi. If you sit in the front next to the driver, it feels friendly and conversational at first, but when the conversation dies, you're stuck in an awkward situation. Others sit directly behind the driver.
What the hell is he doing? Gramps, what are you doing?
Have you ever wondered why dogs grow up much faster than humans, and how they refuse to grow old at the same pace as our bodies? It all started 20,000 years ago when early dogs used to hunt alone in the wild. But with most predators being much larger and forcing them off of easy food, it seemed impossible that they'd be the ones to make it out alive. But when some dogs started maturing faster and had babies at an earlier age, they could pass on their genes faster.
Oh, so evolution.
How many people actually play Roblox? Most of you would say 10 billion because...
Are you 10 billion? Oh my god. Yo, bro, what? 10 billion?
When you make a new account, your ID would be around 10 billion. But if you use your brain for 1 second, you'll realize that most of them are just bots.
Yeah,
because we don't
exactly.
even have 10 billion humans yet. So how many accounts are real people? To find out,
mine is a real account, so I am one of them.
Analyze 100 Roblox accounts to find a general ratio between fake ones and real ones. And after a lot of checking, here are the results. The accounts in red are bots with no avatar, no bio, no nothing. They make up 78 out of 100. The
What? That many?
green are real players, which makes up a mere 22 out of 100. So, when applying the numbers to the entirety of Roblox, we are left with 2.3 billion real players, which is
So 2.3 billion people play Roblox?
1,000 times more.
Yo, how big is this platform?
Sub count.
Have you
Oh
ever
my
tried
days.
breaking a dry spaghetti stick into just 2 pieces? You can't.
I know how to break it. I've done it before. All you gotta do is twist it a little bit and then bend it. And then it'll break in one piece. Watch.
This question was so puzzling that it even stumped Nobel Prize-winning physicist Richard Feynman. One evening, Feynman sat in his kitchen bending spaghetti over and over again. Every time it snapped, it shattered into 3, 4, or even more pieces. No matter what he tried, he couldn't explain why. Then, decades later, French researchers finally solved the mystery. When spaghetti breaks, the two halves snap back toward being straight. That sudden recoil sends powerful vibrations racing through the pasta, creating more cracks almost instantly. But the story didn't end there. Even after understanding the physics, nobody could actually break it into 2 pieces. Then in 2018, researchers at MIT found the trick. They twisted the spaghetti about 270 degrees before bending it.
What I told ya? What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? What did I say?
Just absorb the violent snapback.
Bro, hit the gym? Hit the gym? Hit the gym? Like what? Hit the gym? Really?
Extra cracks. And for the first time, the spaghetti broke into exactly 2 pieces.
Have you ever... Before you go to bed, if you could zoom all the way out and see our galaxy, you could watch it travel millions of miles through space overnight.
What?
Now, you would wake up in your same bed, in the same house, on the same planet, but you would be in a completely different place in space. And that's because the Milky Way is moving through space at over 350 miles per second.
Per second?
That's fast enough to cross the entire United States
Oh my God.
in about 8 seconds. And it carries billions of stars, planets, and even you along for the ride. Before
So I'm moving at 500 million kilometers per second right now.
This man is cutting down a tree. Something goes seriously wrong. The tree is only partially cut, but it suddenly starts falling, causing him to lose his balance. As a result, he even drops his chainsaw, and he could have been badly injured. That's why loggers first make a special notch cut in the tree, which helps control the direction of the fall and makes it much safer to bring.
So you just let it fall on you, bro? What?
Tree down. But apparently, trees only fall on people who don't like and subscribe.
Do I have any other choice? You, bro.
This man is cutting.
If you point a laser at a plane, you might think you're just hitting it with a tiny, harmless dot of light. But if you do this to the wrong aircraft, it can easily track you with its thermal cameras. You just bought yourself a free ticket to jail for a crime. See, for the pilots inside, the curved plexiglass of the cockpit acts like one of those jackets people who don't glow in the dark wear. It's full of scratches and imperfections that reflect light all over the place, and lasers spread out the farther they travel. So when the two meet, it quickly scatters all over the cockpit into a massive flash of light.
Yo.
Which blinds the pilot's
So you're telling me that can kill hundreds of people? Luffy, what's up?
making the plane look for a part.
Bro's arms are noodles.
If you point a laser at a plane, you might think you're just hitting it with a tiny...
Yeah, I'm probably bigger than you. Well, yeah, I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Bro.
Harmless dot of light, but...
I have big arms.
A man kept waking up with no memory of the night before. Then he started seeing himself on the news. He was robbing stores, breaking into houses. He thought he was losing his mind until one...
That's a cockpit of an Airbus A320?
night, he watched himself
How do you know that? What?
rob a jewelry store.
What happens if you lit a match on different planets? On Earth, you strike it, it lights. You get a normal orange flame. Nothing special. Mars has a full carbon dioxide atmosphere. You could...
It doesn't even strike because there's no oxygen.
the box 100 times, but without oxygen,
Yep,
you will never
knew
see
it.
a single spark. On Venus, the extreme heat would make the matchbox burst into flames on its own.
But there's no oxygen. How does that happen?
Crushing
How is it flaming, but there's no oxygen? That doesn't make sense.
Atmospheric pressure would extinguish it instantly. On Jupiter, if you bring your own oxygen supply, you could light the match. Big mistake. You would trigger an enormous fireball, turning everything around you into vapor and heat. On Neptune, winds of 1,500 miles per hour would send your matchbox flying, and you would never—
I bet you're smaller than me. I bet. Time to flex. Time for me to flex. All right, bet. Let's see it. Let's see it now. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Nah. Don't run. Don't run. Don't run. Don't run. Nah. Face me. Face me, boy. Face me. Face me, kid. Yeah. Knew it. Ha,
never
shut up.
to light anything. On Pluto, the match, the box,
Shut up,
and the
boy.
sulfur
I'm
all
bigger than you.
solid before you even try. On the moon, there is no atmosphere. But with your oxygen supply, you could ignite a perfect
You haven't gotten a funny video since the tornado warning one?
electric blue fireball.
The moon isn't—
I don't know what YouTube doing. It's not sending me any funny video.
Just Roblox player.
Love Roblox?
Do you know just how much salt is in the entire ocean? Well, there's a pretty cool way to
8737 Airbus has a joystick like a controller, and 737 has a
figure this.
Damn, you're smart, Jim.
It's an absurd.
Jim, you like do you like airplanes?
Do you know just how much salt is in the entire ocean?
No, I don't.
Well, there's a pretty cool way to figure this out, and it's an absurd number. It starts with collecting just 1 gallon of ocean water and taking it back home to boil for several hours until it looks kind of soupy like this. And when the water fully evaporates, you're left with
so much
pure
salt.
sea salt. And from that 1 measly gallon of water, you get half a cup of salt. Which means for the 352 quintillion gallons of ocean, there's about 50 quadrillion tons of salt. Which is enough to cover every inch of land with 500 feet of
500 feet?
salt. Do you know
Goodness.
just how much
So I can just go to a so I don't even have to buy salt. So I can just go to a ocean and get some water and then boil it and then get salt. Like what?
Did you know a fake landscaping company?
He grew all the way to 7'7", and people were so fascinated
7'7"?
by his height that
That's a freaking giant.
they started bidding for his body.
The most biggest airplane today is A2 Antonov 225. Yeah, it's Antonov something.
Before he even died.
Close your mouth. Like I got my teeth done today, buddy. Look at this. I have wider teeth than you, boy. See? Goof.
You see, back then, doctors would buy corpses to cut them open and see how they work.
This is your moment to grab a free ice cream maker.
When a mosquito lands on you, the first thing it does is spit on your skin. So the
What? That's disgusting, bro. Is this why we take showers?
Then it pushes its 6 tiny needles into your.
That many?
2 of those needles cut through the skin to create an entry point. 2 work like tissue holders, keeping the skin apart. And 1 needle searches for a blood vessel, which actually takes the mosquito a lot of effort. But once it finds a vessel, the mosquito uses that same needle to drink your blood. At the same time, the 6th needle injects saliva into your skin to block your pain receptors, allowing the mosquito to fill up without you noticing. But somehow, mosquitoes only bite those who forget to like and subscribe. When a
Ah, man! Stop! What do you mean like and subscribe every single time, man?
This is Tower of Heck, the first tower obby ever made on Roblox, and I want to see if I can reach the top. So I started climbing the tower.
Is it easy though?
Making quick progress, as in less than 20 seconds, I made it to floor 2, which starts off with this big slide. However, I was too scared to go down the next slide, so I just went for this skip instead, bringing me to floor 3, where I almost walked off right here, but I didn't run into any more issues and made it to floor 4, which introduces falling platforms. Thankfully, it's pretty obvious which ones would fall. And after
it's much more trickier.
Doing a few more jumps, I reached floor 5. And as I was making my way through the floor, I happened to notice this barely visible one-stud jump which skips half the floor. So I gladly took the skip. And after getting past this falling platform span, I entered floor 6, which starts off with a very
The Concorde aircraft? Isn't that the fastest commercial airplane?
fast conveyor, except you can just
Can I beat this Roblox high jump obby? I didn't even need to jump on the first 2.
3 studs finally made me use my spacebar.
MD-80 beats Concorde?
Think the blue whale is the largest
You gotta be kidding me.
living thing on Earth? Think again.
Today we eat 500 pomelo pieces. First, absorb the juice. Puncture it with 1,000 tiny dots. Then, slice along the central axis to gently peel off the soft outer layer.
Wow,
Next,
okay.
separate each piece one by one.
Bro, I don't have that much patience.
If you somehow manage
No, it's actually SR-71 Blackbird, but that's not commercial airplane. We're talking about commercial airplane in it. That's a military fighter jet.
leg, but you couldn't afford to get a
Like going Mark II.
things can happen without
Why is my chat filled with airplane into how do you say it? Into zoo? What? I don't know how to pronounce the chat. But yeah, why does everybody in my chat likes airplanes?
How big of a telescope would you need?
Oh, but the most fastest commercial airliner is in aviation future will be the Boom. Oh, damn! How do you guys know so much about airplanes? What? But the SR-71 can beat Concorde. No shit, buddy. That's a fighter jet. Like what? Any fighter jet can beat Concorde. Like
Spy
what?
on your ex from the International Space Station.
Yeah.
Well, a normal one can see clear detail from about a mile away, and the ISS is about 250 miles above Earth. So, to see your ex, you would have to bolt a telescope the size of 2 football fields to the side. But the ISS travels over 16 times faster than the Earth spins. This means you have to slow the station down until the speed matched exactly, letting you finally see them from space. But at that speed,
So much effort just to see your ex. Wow, okay. Such a Air Canada Flight 143. I'm good.
to escape the Earth's gravity, and it would be pulled down towards it. Even if the thrusters were going at full blast, it would still plummet through the atmosphere, breaking apart and sending debris.
I get 30 RB.
Look, when this child was walking fast without paying attention, he suddenly stopped and started crying because the glass bridge was so high that it completely...
Is he pissing his pants? What the hell?
And that's not all. Every time this guy took a step, the glass started to crack under him.
I think it's animated.
Even this man nearly...
Okay, maybe after the live stream, I don't care, but you still gotta. It's still really cool. Okay.
How high it really was. But this brave grandma who...
Such MD-80. MD-80 aircraft. All right, let's check it out. Okay. Cool.
Cleans this same bridge every morning and evening, walks across it fearlessly every time, yet she only got 2 likes. Look, when this child was walking fast without paying attention, he suddenly stopped and...
This is the indestructible tungsten cube, which has gone super viral for being
Okay.
one of the densest materials on Earth. And today, I'm attempting something extreme to see if I can shock it into breaking because everyone says it's impossible. To do this, I need to heat it up as much as I can. And while I let it get red hot, I also have to fill my fish tank with ice water. And by doing this,
Ice water?
I'm forcing the cube into such an extreme temperature shift that it can crack and become brittle internally. And once it was cool enough to touch, I whacked it as hard as I could. But it's so strong,
It's still strong as hell.
Damaged everything it touched. This is the indestructible.
When playing games on PC, do you ever wonder if someone... People living in snowy regions have to clear their rooftops every day. If they don't, the...
Can a 144 what beat the Concorde? Fun fact: the Tupolev 144 was built first before the Concorde. I think Concorde beats it. But why does everybody in my chat likes aircraft right now? What the hell? I thought my chat was all about Roblox. Look at the Concorde across the Atlantic Ocean. It takes 3 hours. Damn.
If I fall, I don't think.
Genesis believes
That's good to know. 144's top speed is actually faster. Oh, okay. So you push it to limits. SR-71 in 1 hour. I like Roblox. So you like airplanes too?
Could bamboo really grow straight through a human body? In ancient China, bamboo was used as a brutal method of torture. So 2 friends...
Of course it's China, because China has the most amount of bamboos.
decided to test.
And they have panda because of bamboos.
Since no one was crazy enough to volunteer, they built a lifelike human torso made from synthetic flesh and placed it directly over young bamboo shoots inside a greenhouse. Please do not try this at home. After 3 days, the bamboo penetrates.
I'm not trying it, I promise you. Oh no, yo, what the hell? That looks painful. Oh my god.
Not a problem for it. But on the 4th day, the plant
it's gonna keep growing until it pierces you. Oh my days. You know how
its growth slowly stops.
Gosh.
So the team moved the entire experiment outdoors, giving the bamboo real sunlight, rain, and natural soil. A month later, they came back to check the results. The bamboo hadn't just pierced the torso, it had grown more than 12 feet.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
As if the body wasn't even there. Could bamboo...
Yo, what the hell?
In China,
bamboos don't care, bro. Oh my gosh.
In 1980...
Such an Air Canada Flight 143. It's amazing. Watch a video about it. It's sick. I'll do it in my free time.
This steel wool to close rat hole, but with time it would rust away.
This is the only fish in the world that
I would never let a fish crawl in my mouth, bro. Oh my god.
When people see it, they try not to disturb it. You might think it's extremely dangerous and
yeah, that is
capable of defeating a great white, but that's far from true. A shark could easily swallow it in a single bite. Yet, whenever a shark sees this tiny creature, it immediately freezes and submits. Every predator in the ocean respects it.
Okay.
This is the cleaner wrasse. It swims directly into the mouths of giant fish, but not to be eaten. Instead, it acts as the ocean's local dentist. Other fish get
wow, that is so cool.
Stuck in their teeth that they can't remove themselves. So this little fish comes to the rescue. In return,
so they clean their
for this
teeth.
Life-saving service, sharks never harm them. Even divers who open their mouths underwater can become clients. And according to them, this tiny fish cleans better than any human dentist. After
Cap, I got my teeth clean today. Shut up, boy.
Why would a landmine never give you the warning sound you expect? That famous click everyone waits for in movies feels real, but it's one of the most dangerous myths out there. Films love.
Wow, okay. Is that money, bro? What the hell?
Happens on Earth in just 1 second.
This is how they actually help chunky cats lose weight. Instead of forcing them around,
bro, why is that cat so big? Oh my god. Wait. Did I just laugh? Alright, time to end the stream, chat. I laughed. Alright, chat. Your eyebrows too thick. Alright, bro. Shut your ass up. Just quiet. Just quiet it down, boy. Quiet down. Alright, chat. I'm gonna see you tomorrow at 6:15. Again, I'm gonna go now. See you guys later. I'm gonna do another stream like this. So, see you guys. Bye. Bro, I have gotten like 4 hours of sleep. That's it. I'm gonna go to sleep after this. So, see you guys. Love you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing. We have 102,000 subscribers and 158. That is awesome. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for liking the stream and everything. You guys are super awesome. Bye.